Most of us come to Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness through the lens of one movie, Apocalypse Now. I sure as hell did. And that gave me completely wrong expectations because this book is not an adventure story. It is a slow and suffocating psychological horror story that really delves deep into the human soul.
Woof.
And the sickness of empire. The first thing to get about Heart of Darkness is that atmosphere is everything. Joseph Conrad builds a world that is the living entity of horror. It is a world of candlelight and minimum visibility, of boots stuck in the mud, of sweat and tears and crunching bones and heat and madness and isolation, and from like the first word, a thick smog will settle over you. And the atmosphere is not just scenery, it is the physical manifestation of the moral decay at the heart of this story. Because the plot is deceptively simple. A sailor called Charles Marlow takes a job to pilot a steamboat up a river in the Congo. His official mission is to bring back a Mr. Kurtz, the shadowy hiring company's most successful ivory agent, and he's gone rogue. Plus, he's fallen ill. But before the journey even begins, everything just kind of feels off. For example, Marlow goes and gets a medical with the in-house doctor of the shadowy hiring company. And this guy, he basically measures Marlow's head and he says something to the effect of, "I just wanted to examine it while you're still healthy, because if you come back, I want to see how it's changed." This book is an unflinching look at how fucked up colonialism is. It is a ground level view of the whole damned rotten enterprise. State-sponsored exploitation, leveraging the technology gap just to grind people down and take. But the true genius of this book is not just in showing us the political horror from a distance. This book is a psychological deep dive into what being part of that brutal exploitative system, what that does to a human being from both sides, the exploited and the exploiter side. As Marlow travels up the river, he encounters a cast of characters, each at different stages of this moral rot. The missionaries, the capitalists, the mercenaries, they all have their reasons and justifications for being there and doing what they're doing. And watching them rationalize and justify their own actions, it's fascinating. And it's kind of horrifying because we kind of do that every day too, right? Like when we decide to cheat on our diet, ooh, this chocolate bar, I know I shouldn't have it, but it's only 100 calories kind of thing. We could be one of them. The whole story is built around the two poles of the human condition in Marlow and Kurtz. Marlow is our guide, but he's no innocent sailor. He's had his fair share of being a rowdy boy in his time, right? But he is in the fucking Congo and he might as well be a bleary-eyed virgin. Marlow is horrified by what he sees in the Congo, but he's also fascinated, morbidly fascinated by the legend of Mr. Kurtz. This ineffable man who represents all the ideals of the European Enlightenment. And then, at the end of the river, Marlow finds him. Not Marlon Brando from Apocalypse Now, but the character that inspired him. This tangled clustercum of what the hell happened to you. Kurtz is the destination. He is what happens when a so-called civilized man is given absolute power with no laws or society to restrain him. Marlow's journey to find Kurtz is a journey towards a horrifying truth. He isn't just trying to bring a man back physically. He is trying to chart Kurtz's emotional, psychological journey from sanity. He is desperately trying to understand how a man could fall so far just like the Doctor in the beginning. And that is the ultimate horror of Heart of Darkness. Kurtz is not just some foreign monster. He is the psychological endpoint of Marlow's own journey. He is the logical conclusion of the whole damned imperialist enterprise. Joseph Conrad shows us that the Heart of Darkness is not just some place on a map. It is the terrifying capacity that exists in all of us for evil, and it is limited only by our own faculty of imagination.
Like, share, subscribe.